I won't say they failed because we are not expecting US to win the World Cup. We're not even expecting among all the top teams in this World Cup to not get to the final.
The three host nations, they actually tried, but the game between Belgium and US is a different kettle of fish.
Welcome back to the Ultimate Soccer Show. The three host nations have exited the World Cup. Mexico was beaten by England, while Canada was pummeled by Morocco, and the United States of America was trounced by Belgium. The USA it's funny. It's funny that the three host nations is nowhere to be found in this present ongoing World Cup. Mexico was beaten by England, while Canada was pummeled by Morocco 3-0. Then the United States of America was trounced by Belgium 4-1. It is very, very disappointing. But I'm still starting with you, Chima. USA being trounced by Belgium.
Well,
after allowing Balogun to play, you know.
We all saw it coming because, of course, US to compare to Belgium in terms of football, Belgium are still far ahead of USA.
So what do you think the distance will be like from Nigeria to Jamaica or so?
No, it's not up to that. I just say from Nigeria to Accra.
Okay, but it's still far.
But I think the Belgium have to show themselves. They have to show class. I think they started showing that class from against Senegal match, where they have to come back from 2 goals down against Senegal to draw that match, and then in extra time they have to win that game. So Belgium have quality players, quality players. Even Lukaku did not start that game. You have to come on from the bench to come and score the fourth goal. So, but when you see players like Amado Onana that plays for Aston Villa, we have Tielemans in that midfield as well today. And we have Raskin, we have Trossard, we have the Luka Bacchio, what's his name? Then Lubacchio. So we have the Catalere also from Atalanta. So they have very good players. Yes, US from the Belgian side. So US try as much as they could. They try to fight.
Not forgetting to mention Doku.
Even Doku was on the bench. He came on in the game. He did not even start the match. So I think in this team, Belgium, they were far the better team. To be honest, far the better team. But just that US have been pushing. Although they have good players, but we all know that USA football national team are not that strong as you are compared to Belgium national team. So they struggled to get to this level. So getting to this level too, it was, I won't say they failed because we are not expecting US to win the World Cup. We're not even expecting among all the top teams in this World Cup to not get to the final or the semi. So if they have gotten to the semi-finals, maybe probably will have said, okay, I think they achieved so much. But then knocking them out at this stage, I'm not sure I can attribute that to failure. No, they tried, they did well. So they just have to prepare for the next World Cup. Maybe by then, some of their rising stars will grow and then become better. In terms of Mexico too, we are outplayed by England national team. Yeah. England having the best league in the world. Of course, they possess so many world star players, and the stars came to the party. Not like the star player that will not come to the party. This one, they came to the party. They balanced. They ate well in the party. They enjoyed themselves. Jude Bellingham scoring 2 goals. Harry Kane scoring penalty, and then the Mexican team, they tried to fight back. Cunenos too scoring. It was a very good game. But unfortunately, for the Mexican team, they met a very better and stronger team. When they brought in Bon, also that player from Newcastle, to come and defend, within a short period of time, he made about 6 clearances in the defense line. So I think England have that quality. They have that kind of players that can, whether individually or as a team, that can bring out results at every given time. Then you talk about Morocco and Canada. Morocco really showed class. In types of football, Canada is not to be compared to Morocco. Even in the football league, you can't compare Canadian league to Moroccan league. Maybe financially, you might say yes, but in terms of league structure and the quality of players, Morocco is still far better, even though they are coming from Africa. So Morocco in that game, it was very tactical. The first half was goalless. The US, the Canadian team, we were fighting, we were playing, throwing everything like the way they did against South African national team. But unfortunately, Morocco is a far have better
They
and
met a
stronger
better
team
side.
because they have many quality and European-based players. Not almost all the 11 starters were all born in Europe. We are all good players that are based in Europe and playing in a very
top
good
class, in
club
top
side.
club
So
size in
Canada
Europe.
team as well too. They met a very strong side, honest. So they tried their best, but unfortunately that is the end of their road. So they should just try and accommodate the other people that have qualified and show them love so that the World Cup can continue in peace.
How about the three host nations leaving the bowing out from the World Cup on the same stage, on the same stage? I think that was the knockout stage. All of them fell apart from the same knockout stage.
Yes.
What do you think their football level is like?
Yeah, normal. To me, in my aspect, I think they tried, but you see, even though there are 5 host countries, if your team or the quality of players and the coach you have is not top notch, that could harness the team and the players have the required qualities, you'll be ousted. But it's a good thing that the 3 host nation actually progress to the knockout stage and they are out. But let me start with Canada. Before now, I think Canada is much heralded by we Africans as a state, a country of tourism where you can go make ends meet and all of that. But it's a very good one that a country like Canada have shown flair and glimmer. They have shown prospect in their players. People like Jonathan David, Saliba, a lot of them, they actually tried. Ordinarily, from my own point of view, I never expected they are going to give such a performance and qualify from the group stage, even winning at the second round, getting to the, understand all of that. So that is nice. And my second country there is US. When I started growing up as a child, as a young man, started reading some books, football-related books. America has never been a country of football. America used to be heralded for American football, basketball,
American
rugby,
soccer, okay.
yes, cricket, a lot of other sports. But in US 94, they showed that anything America want to get involved in, we can actually do it and do the very best. That was when we saw people like Enshaw, Alexi Lalas, Landon Donovan. I guess a lot of them, we saw them come into the picture. Now, Mexico, among these 3 host nations, they are the real footballing nation, having come into several World Cups. Also, Mexico, this is one of the most heralded World Cup that ever existed on earth. In which
playing in Copa America.
Played in Copa America. So Mexico is you understand, a country that is much more heralded in the game of football. But that aside, that is football. Every team, about 48 teams came to participate in the World Cup. But it's only one team that is going to definitely win the trophy. But the 3 host nations, they actually tried. But the game between Belgium and US is a different kettle of fish. We shouldn't forget that in the same US 94, Belgium came, though they were exited early, I think in the second round, where people like Josip Weber came into the World Cup. US too was, they left in the same the same round. But you see, Belgium has been a hub for developing young talents for over 30 years, far as I'm concerned. African talent, European talent, and Belgium has a lot of European exports in which they developed in Union St. Giles, Club Brugge, Anderlecht, a lot of clubs like that. So now, over the years, Belgium has actually shown that we are still Belgium. We can produce a lot of talent. Don't forget, in the 2018 World Cup, Belgium was ranked about 3rd in FIFA ranking. I argued that. I said, how can you be ranked in third FIFA ranking? You didn't win a UEFA Nations League or whatsoever, but it is based on their friendly matches they were playing and they were winning and have lovely set of player, class of player and all of that. So, but at the end of the day, Belgium and America met in the World Cup second round. Are you getting it? So the class of players showed. If you check the statistics of the game, you know that these two nations are not the same. And if you check the player that actually started for the Belgian side, they were not actually players that were starting all the matches. They rested on Onana started. Onana was coming as substitute. The Catagliere, the guy that scored 2 goals, the Atalanta guy. Yeah. About a few other players there. There are players that come in as a stop. But now the coach handed them a starting bet because the coach feel you can go and as well do it. Because that's one thing about a good coach and a good mix of players. When a player you feel you want to improvise and keep a player on the bench, you bring in a player that has the same sting, the same technicalities or the same willpower to execute some certain game, some certain matches for you. And you understand? So 4-1 is not a fluke. It's a well-deserved win, outstanding win. You understand? So Malik Tillman scored the consolation for the United States. It's a nice one. They tried. We enjoy what we are seeing. The United States, Mexico, and Canada. They brought the world together. There's peace. There's love. There is a lot of people came there, eased themselves and all of that. But it's just that football speaks more volume than that. Are you getting it? So at this point, the 3 host nations, they've been eliminated. So at the end of the day, the better team with the better style, with the better flair, the best coach and the best tactics will actually win every game. Are you getting it? So Belgium, I think they are far better than the United States. It comes in terms of football from time immemorial until today.
Chima, when we were still growing up, we could remember that we never saw Canada as a footballing nation. We knew them as a team, as an athletic nation, where we had the likes of Ben Johnson.
Swimming.
And if you know Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson, Nigeria. I want to say Ben Johnson.
That means that Ben Johnson was is a Canadian, a Canadian athlete, you know. But then they came to this World Cup based on home advantage. At least they came out. They got to this stage.
I don't think it's home advantage, though. They tried.
I think it's home advantage.
No, there was no form of maybe.
No, what I mean home advantage is support from the home crowd. That's what I mean.
Well,
because they were playing on their home ground, so they at least they came up to this level.
It should have been long gone. Even the game against South Africa. If South Africa
would
be a bit more composed, South Africa would have been. So for me, I think they did not really show class. They were going to go far.
Albert, Canada. Just to throw some light.
Yes, see, they might not be a footballing nation from time. You know, if you're checking about nations that are footballing nations that have been there, done that, or produce classic player. You know, there are some countries. Okay, a country like Colombia produced Carlos Valderrama. Romania produced a player like George Hagi. We have many players. Before now, Germany produced Lothar Matthäus, Stefan Effenberg. If you go to each footballing nation, you must bring out one person. In some nation, you count 20. You still be counting, but Canada has not actually brought out anyone. You understand?
It's only Canada. What about the US?
No, you asked me of Canada now. So Canada. So I think for this level, they hosted the World Cup, they co-hosted the World Cup, and I think they actually shop for the right players. You see, you can never, getting the right player is not exclusive, because sometimes you may have, even Brazil was out from the World Cup, and you get them by Norway, lowly unrated Norway, let's put it that way. You understand? But Norway shocked them. You understand? Shocked Brazil. So I think they tried so much for them to have gotten to the knockout stage. Now, at least they have seen the future of the Canadian national team. A lot of people, I know a lot of players now have seen the future. Even some that are not from Canada, they may want to switch allegiance because they have seen the future of Canadian football. So it's a good thing that they have got to the knockout stage. The first time they hosted the World Cup, they got to the knockout stage. So I think it's a good one for them.
Chima, I want to ask you one small question, little question. Albert directed us toward that direction because he mentioned some key nations that have produced, at least in every national team, you see one outstanding player, be it old or now. Which big player has United States of America produced? An outstanding player.
I think there was a time they had was it Mark Viduka also? No,
Mark Viduka, Australia.
Yeah. I think I can't really remember. You want to mention Alexis Lalas?
But if you want to mention Alexis Lalas, it cannot be compared to the stars that they had.
No, I can't remember.
You have Alexis Lalas. You have a London Donovan, and you have their legendary goalkeeper Brad Friedel.
Yeah, that Donovan. Yes,
Brad Friedel.
London
Donovan is a great player.
He did well.
But can you compare the arrays of stars of Mexico to that of United States when you have the players like Ivan Campo? No, not Ivan Campo, George Campos, the goalkeeper.
No, you can't compare Mexico to US.
Mexico is really a football.
In terms of league, in terms of football, individual play, star players, you can't compare them. Mexico have always had very good players. I remember, was it Chicharito also?
Xavi
Hernandez in Man U then. So they have so many couple of good players. Mexico is a footballing nation right from time. You can't compare them to US. Is just trying to gather themselves. But in terms of football, that is why they are trying to build the MLS too as well, because you can't have a very good national team without having a good league. It will be very, very difficult, because if your players are scattered all over the world playing, at least you should be able to have some good teams too. So it's only in Africa here where we see so many players playing abroad, and meanwhile back home you don't have a very good structure. But those who have a very good home league, at least we could see the benefit in this World Cup. People like South Africa, like Morocco, like Egypt, even though they did not take many players from the league, but at least you have something good. That means you have a footballing structure. So but US and Canada, I think they just have to go back to the drawing board. If they can build their league now to develop more young players to play in the MLS league, while Canada league, I don't even understand their league self. That is
They have
just
Montreal
honest.
Impact. Montreal Impact.
But their league, they are not much in their league, and their league is not really making that wave. So I think they need to put some of those things in order there. Maybe other black nation, black players that are trying to represent them again to them. Maybe they can get more black players to build the national team for them. There was Davis.
That plays for Bayern.
But I think he was injured or something. But then I think he prioritized Bayern Munich over Canada because he was trying to manage his body. He was not playing every game. So Bayern that plays him, but sometimes it still depends on the national team that you play for. There's a kind of national team that you play for. Even if you have one leg, you want to play with the national team. So, but then he knows that whether I play or not, we will still lose. So definitely he will decide not to risk himself. So, but then he saw football. Not everybody will win. So, but for Canada, for US, I think the experience is to host the world. Then let us let the world know that we are still interested in football, and then it will go a very long way to also rejuvenate their football back again. So I think they really gained something, even though they did not progress more than this stage.
So Albert, lastly, where do you see US in the next World Cup?
Yes, I think with several players switching allegiance to become US, the Timothy Weah is there. Our own Folarin Balogun is there. Malik Thiam.
He was actually born in the US.
No, I know what I mean. There are some players that even have the possibility of representing three nations, but they'll just make up their mind to represent one. You understand? Malik Thiam, Tillman is there. Several other players are there. I remember one time our own Oguche, that played for AC Milan. So, but I see a better American team, a US team from now, because I know that the competition every day in football, in the world of football, in football fraternity, there is always the way it evolves, and players are coming in a fast pace. Are you getting it? So the American players now, they know that the future is now. So a lot of players that are growing up from academies, and I still believe before the next World Cup, 1 or 2, 3 players that are 16 today or 15 today that are prodigy in their various academies, they might have, you understand, leapfrogged the academy and have shown themselves in the world stage through their football clubs. So I think they will gain promotion to the first team, and they will come and show themselves in the world stage. So I believe after now, the America will have a more competitive squad, because when you have more competitive players playing in competitive league in the world, you now have a situation where you need to select the very best out of them to give you the required results. So I think America, but trust me, a country like America, they cannot actually have everything they want, but I know a country like America, given what they are and what they are configured to be, if they want to develop something, they can actually bring the best out of them. Yeah.
Chimaniti?
Nothing.
We are fans. We have come to the end of this episode. Thank you for staying tuned. God bless you, as we call it a quit.